I'm not cute anymore. I'm not cute anymore. Sup, Whoopie, Whooper, Whoop WW. What's up, boss? How's life? Yeah, it's a song stuck in my head, man. You know, it's all the rage. It was on a friend's TikTok. I'm not cute anymore. I mean, it's a real song. You know, it's a struggle of I'm good, man. Just doing my daily talk show Monday through Friday, except for this Christmas, 8 a.m. to 9. This hour. It's this hour for the next hour. Every weekday morning. So I will also be doing evening live streams 12 hours from now, too. That'll be my first time doing 2 streams in a day. Now that my voice is a little bit more accustomed to talking regularly, so let's get used to it. Life's good, man, though. Living the dream. Living it up, you know. I feel like we should get this in the top. Oh, we can't get that high. Let's keep down here, then. Shrink it. Shrink it. Shrink it. I'm not cute anymore. Life's good, man. Life's good. You know, living the dream. Monday Night Football was on last night. You watch it? You watch a Whooper? Were you whooping it? Or did you leave me? My cat is tearing up the box my mom gave them. Rip. How old's your cat? We have a family cat. I took him on our wing because nobody wanted him. And the cat's a little unique. For those of you that are just joining, we talk everything AI in healthcare. I'm Harvard certified, MIT, and board certified in AI in healthcare. Now I am sick. I went to bed early. Also, my cat is sick. Well, Hakeem, no, I am not a lawyer. I am AI in healthcare. Please read the description. It's all in there. All my qualifications. Yes, we have a lot of books in the background. But you know, it's all AI in healthcare is what we talk about. Also, let me know if you guys like the mood lighting. We're trying mood lighting today. So, besides, look at this. Would a lawyer talk about this? I mean, I guess a lawyer might talk about it. I don't know. You know, but I'm not a lawyer, so I wouldn't know. AI Med. Harvard Med AI, you know. So there we go. I'm not cute anymore. I'm a small Pokemon YouTuber. Actually, Hakeem, I do AI in healthcare also in developing nations. So if you know if you have any connections to like Africa, we have a lot of connections in Africa. I might not need that anymore. But like Afghanistan, Iran, Philippines, we can work with that, Hakeem. I'm a small Pokemon YouTuber. Awesome sauce. I can subscribe to YouTube. Feel free to post your YouTube in the chat. I don't mind people. I don't mind friends advertising themselves. Obviously, it's a little different. And we got 12 people. We talk about everything AI in healthcare. Harvard certified, MIT certified, and board certified AI in healthcare. Here for the morning talk show. We do this every morning, every weekday morning at this hour. And we do it again 12 hours from now. Awesome sauce. Hello, Sinister Footage. Cool, dude. You know what? Have a good one. I'm in Burkina Faso. I'd have to look up what Burkina Faso is. I don't know what Burkina Faso is. I'll just be dead honest. Sorry guys, my YouTube just closed for some reason. I don't know what that was about. Yeah, you're hilarious, Afkaden. You're a good dude. I would grant you moderator status, but I don't feel like getting new moderators today. Afkaden. Yeah, PS. Okay. Good time, you guys. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the likes. No. Mr. Funkadelic. Elon Musk mentioned UBIs. He says working will become voluntary. Who will do essential work such as medical services? Well, I'll just be dead honest. It is a dream that AI will take care of most of it, and robotics will take care of most of it. So, obviously, I will say the leadership or the administration will have to continue to be human, so that robots, kind of know their place. All right, Akeem, please maintain civility, good sir. Momo, welcome back, dude. Feel free to drop a like. Akeem, you'll get my good graces if you drop a like. Drop a like, share with your friends, and maybe we can talk then. That is a unique concept of basic income, because who's gonna get paid? If AI's doing all the jobs. But like real talk, I'm more of like a theocracy kind of guy. I talked about this with one of the other person. Avcaden. Yeah, I feel you, Avcaden. All right, Akeem. Second warning. Third warning, I'm gonna time you out for insolence. So anyway, good times. Second warning. But we got 10 people here to talk everything AI in healthcare. Harvard certified, MIT certified, and board certified AI in healthcare. I have a small AI in healthcare consulting company that has clients at Brown, UMass, and now Mass General, which is Harvard. So, well, that's like, it gets into education and society, so I think it might be beyond our scope. Yeah, so that does get into a good question, the concept of AI transparency. So there's a trend going on in science right now where they're just using AI to just write scientific papers. So ultimately, if AI is using if we're just using AI to come up with more knowledge, who's going to have a check on it? And obviously AI can understand things. They're exceptionally good for complicated scenarios, high volumes of data, not high logic or fuzzy logic where you just need an answer, but it's high volume. And so that's a major issue for transparency. There is a concept of when it comes to algorithms, what are the most palatable algorithms for papers? Hello, 419. 419, you're a cool dude. Congratulations, you're moderator, 419. Don't spend all in one place. But But the concept of, there's some algorithms are easy to understand, easy to explain, so they're great for research papers. Whereas like a neural network, it's like, how do you explain stochastic, optimism, loss functions, it's kind of hard to wrap your head around. So that's why they're not as favorable as like a decision tree, which is just like yes or no, yes or no, yes or no, yes or no, yes or no. Hello, LTR veteran. You know what? I don't appreciate your joke. You got timed out. All right, time out. Enjoy your time out, good sir. I know the joke. Thank you very much. All right. Anyway, damn, AI is making me more yeah. All right. So you said Burkina Faso is. Well, Hakeem, I don't need to know everything about him to help him. I don't need to know. 419. That's right. Humans rule. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't get too political funkadelic just because, in the off chance that a representative of Tesla is watching this. I will say, feel free to shred OpenAI as much as you want. They openly killed one of their employees. Momo, no, you're here, Momo. Momo, if you are here, if you did post, sometimes I have YouTube. I set the moderation to low, so anything, it sometimes steps out of bounds. I have it on its lowest setting. So yeah. Okay. Classic Hakeem. 419 Break Rogers. 419 Break Rogers. Feel free. Caden, I feel like he was well intentioned. It's more Hakeem that I'm watching out about, but you're on the right track. So good idea to delete. Delete first, then if they persist, then time out. We don't ban here. We just time out because people get weird when you ban them. Yes, I know the exact reference. That is the Family Guy's portrayal of a celebrity. Yeah. But thank you for deleting a comment first. That's let them know that it's kind of like it's a check, But Afghanistan was well intentioned, so it's fine. It's more Hakeem that's the one kind of getting my goat. So, yeah. Time out for speaking the truth. What is new? It's rude. It's rude, Hakeem. So, congratulations. You just got timed out, boss. We're trying to maintain civility, man. You're just rude. You asked if I was AI, and that's like a really dumb question. You're just trying to get my goat. So, congratulations. Enjoy your time out. Feel free to stop by when you thought about what you've done. Yeah. Afghanistan's well intentioned. It's fine. Yeah. So there's 419. Well, that's my hope. That's my hope that we get a Tesla rep in here. That's my hope. We got to start off the right foot. You know what I'm saying? So that's a dream. That's a dream. We get big enough. We did get AI. We did get one guy who had 200,000 subscribers in here. He was kind of this professor-looking dude. So that's a dream. Too cool. No, I am not a lawyer. AI healthcare. Please read the description and this question right here. AI healthcare is in the description. Do you believe in segregation? No, I don't. That is, those laws, thank God, MLK changed it for the better. What exactly? 419 Break Rogers. So I'm just, I started off with the intention. I'm trying to promote a group chat. I'll be that honest. I'm trying to recruit for a group chat for anyone interested in AI healthcare. So it's like a place where people can share ideas. I do daily posts, people interested. We have about 8 people on it. But it is growing. As I grow, we get more people involved, and it makes AI and healthcare consulting AI-proof. Hi, Def. Don't want a Tesla rep in here. Yeah. Hilarious. Afghanistan, you strike me as a Syrian brother, a Middle Eastern brother, Right. I do not have a Tesla. Yeah. Wouldn't care. So you wouldn't care about the ethics of it as long as you get hired by one of. Right. You didn't do TS. I don't know what I don't know what TS stands for. I should know what it is. What exactly is AI in healthcare? So, AI in healthcare is optimization of healthcare using the modern technological tools. My big fear, the reason why my whole stick is that the technology for electronic medical records had really been around since the early 1980s. That's when the major company, that one that everyone uses, was founded. Now, it wasn't adopted into my hometown hospital when I was volunteering there before medical school until 2014. It's over 30 years. That's 30 years. So we're trying to prevent that. We're trying to get it step by step. Facilitate the hierarchy adoption, and that's where my credentialing, my family connections to healthcare come involved. Also, drop a like. We got 7 people here. Drop a like. And I will say, at least regarding this little post here, that I did get a notification that Johns Hopkins was the first one to perform surgery without human involvement. It was on tissue, so which is pretty exciting stuff. I was kind of hesitant of autonomous robotic surgery, but I realized that it's just a matter of the future. I was concerned more of like an AI uprising if the first thing that they would address would be, autonomous driving cars, surgery. Bro, talking about AI when half a suit makes you're hilarious, Caden. Yeah, I don't know. It was all gifts. These are all gift suits. I didn't buy these. These are all Christmas gifts over the years, so I didn't pay for them. Yeah, I mean, well, the idea is, maybe robotics. Well, I doubt robotics is going to replace human labor overseas, just because robotics kind of have a heavier cost up front. But it will bring jobs back to the U.S. It will bring manufacturing back to the North America. I've asked several questions and he answered something else. Yeah. Anyway, good times. I'm Afghan. You're funny, Afghan. Afghan, are you from the Middle East? I think you're like my Oman. I want to say Oman. That's my guess. Are you Oman, man? You're a good dude, Afghan. Well, nature boy. No, AI in healthcare, please. AI in healthcare. Yes, I have a lot of books in my background, but I don't answer controversial questions. I just tell like it is. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, well, right. Hey, you know what? It's 5 a.m. your time, man. 5 a.m. your time, boss. But yeah, sometimes the posts are a little too long, and I only have a short attention span. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. That's a lot of reading. Hello, Skeeter in San Francisco this past weekend. Moving that jaw. Well, all right. I mean, it is what it is, man. It's a side effect of a medication, so cut me some slack. Getting personal here. Yeah, I did see that post. I did see that post for yeah, I'm kidding, you're a good guy. Yeah, I did see the post where Teslas, which were just trained on more real life data. So yeah, they have, how many Harvard certification YouTubers are there? Not many. So Harvard, MIT, and robotics, and board certified. So it is what it is. And good looking. Thank you very much. Rather JD Vance. But yeah, Teslas are trained on more real life data. Is the idea that you train on more data so it can accommodate these unique scenarios. Waymo is just a startup. Illegal link. Are you promoting your Odin? Odin's being honest. It's all fine, Odin. It's all good, dude. And healthcare, man, it's the future. Yes, you may be young, but it is the future. It's on your doorstep. We're here to make healthcare exciting and the future. Robots will be replacing everything. So get pumped. That's why robots are surgeons. Tractor with Tread, I remember you. You're a good boss. Have a good one. yeah, illegal link. No self promotion for your legal services. Thank you. Anyway, good times, guys. Well, feel free to drop a like. Likes are huge. You know. Yeah, illegal link. I'm not a lawyer, so go find a lawyer channel. Good times, guys. All right, you know, we're gonna. I think you know the problem is I think I gotta fix the lighting. I think the mood lighting isn't working out for me. You were a lawyer, grammar, dude, grammar. You know, you were a lawyer. So I'm gonna fix the lighting. I don't know. What do you guys think of the mood lighting? You know, we got the mood lighting here. I think it's pretty cool, but you know, realistically, we got 4 people. Usually, we get like somewhere between 5 and 7. So we're a little short today. But maybe the mood lighting is killing it. I don't know. But likes, we need the likes, guys. Good times. So anyway, hope you are well. Talking to everything AI and healthcare, Harvard, MIT, and board certified. I grew up in Hood. We don't go to school. We had to hustle and shit. Well, you know, I run a tutoring charity based in Harlem. I mean, you know, it's not as bad as the Bronx, but like, you know, we do tutoring and you know, we get people into college. So that's what we try to do. I'm on the board of it. So we try to prevent something like that. Thank you. We try to get people in school, part of mainstream. Yeah. Well, you know, I ended up walking on the line, you know, off the metro stop and walked a good like 10 blocks to the destination. It was Puerto Rico Day, and it was a, I think the Crips and Bloods, aren't they California? It was a California man, you know. Harlem is a safe town. You know, if people know that you're there for good reason, they'll leave you alone. They won't bug you, you know. So even if I'm walking with a squash bag, you know, it is what it is, man. So anyway, I did appreciate the rude comment about my excessive jaw movement. Yes, it's a side effect of medication. So yeah, try to keep the topic on AI and healthcare. B7T, Mr. Dude. Try to keep it on AI and healthcare. That's what we're focusing on. You know, personal's fine, but you know, AI and healthcare is what we're talking about. We're not here to talk about gangs in New York. No, thank you. Anyway, good times. But yeah. So anyway, how we all doing? How we all doing today? We all doing well? Having a good day? I mean, Christmas is coming up. Hopefully, Santa will be generous. For those of you that are mentally ill, I am a support. Feel free to talk about anything you feel. Suzuki, hope you are well, dude. Thank you for the positive comment. It's greatly appreciated. Well, Nathan Dowling, I am not a lawyer, so find another lawyer if you have a legal question. I do not know Kanye. I don't keep up with Kanye. Yes, I heard he got bipolar disorder, but I keep up with very obscure music. What should I? Yeah. You know, Nathan, I am also. I don't cook. I'm not a cook, man. So it is what it is, man. You know, I can't help you. Maybe ask Santa. Make him some cookies and get some carrots for the reindeer. I don't cook. I eat. I'm an eater. You know, I'm a man. I need a lot of food. You know, I ingest a lot of calories. Probably too many calories. That's why my face isn't as narrow. But I look more like JD Vance, not a not a professional, not a professional cook or anything. Good times, guys. Good times indeed. We're doing well. Let's read some machine learning, shall we? We got one of our books back here. I know you all have been meaning me to read one of these books. Thank you, Nathan. I appreciate it. Machine learning. This is the resource according to MIT. It's pretty exciting stuff. You know what? Books are kind of outdated, but it is fun to have them on your bookshelf to look good. Oh, ignored my AI statement. Okay, I think you may have gotten shadow censored. Sometimes, I have a YouTube mod, which only moderates very few comments. It's kind of annoying. I might deactivate it. But one of the other previous posts by Mammal said was shadow banned, so that was a concern. You know, it's funny. I said I'm about to read some AI, and all of a sudden we're down to 2 viewers. So maybe we won't read some AI. Machine learning, baby. This is the source. So we got our books. Knowledge is power. That's what's up. Just gotta get that in there. So good times. So how we all doing? Yeah. I mean, exactly. I mean, I think the ultimate question derives from: do we use the startup tools, which are pretty much just using the internet, or do we use like ChatGPT, Gemini? They avoid the accountability by saying consult your doctor, but at the end of the day, they are coming up with healthcare specific models. MedGemma is in its research phase. OpenAI, in an article by Business Insider, said that they're coming out with a healthcare specific model. So, these universal models. And I mean, ultimately, they will all be replaced whenever healthcare decides to address their data style problem, which means that healthcare systems need to share the data and train off the data. Then again, the internet might be the most accurate and best model. Either way, you're still better than a doctor. Is it what that math do, Daddy? I got that from another one. ChatGPT gave their model and research on DNA. Well, yeah, Gemini was the one that pioneered scientific advancement, with AlphaFold, so that they predicted what the folding, and they won the Nobel Prize. Won the Nobel Prize in 2024. So that's exciting stuff. First Avenger, you strike me as good. Shame you retracted your message. I'm gonna see if I can see it. I don't think I can. If I put you in timeout, it shows me your message. So anyway, good times. Well, everyone says Claude, but Gemini 3 has been very powerful. You want a poker game? We can play poker Saturday night. I'm down for poker. Sky. First Avenger, you strike me as a 10-year-old kid, a very good-natured 10-year-old kid. But fortunately, men like me are keeping it in check. That's what counts. So anyway, good times. Good times indeed. I actually have like a little, my jaw kind of dislocates very often, so it kind of goes like, temporomandibular joint dysfunction is what it's called, TMJ, temporomandibular joint. So, tell us about yourself. Well, I'm a good guy. I believe in supporting the mentally ill. I like people talking to them. Faith in AI is misplaced. You know what? The First Avenger. You want to be a guest on my show? Get permission from your parents or from your orphan guider, supervisor. But you got the right attitude. You're like my buddy Elohim kind of guy. The dude that comes on. I can't do it midstream today because I'd have to start a new stream. But if you want to come on tomorrow, wake up early, man. In California time, wake up and come on. I'm mentally ill, but what's your work experience? You knowledge, you have a lot of books. Yeah, well, I was trying to read my AI book, but everybody left. We got down to 2 viewers. We can read another book. Let's read about regression trees. Linear regression. That's exciting stuff. Classification and regression trees. Good stuff. So, also recommended by MIT. The MIT Harvard experience. But if you are mentally ill, I know some great resources. I can talk to you. I have talked multiple people out of mental illnesses, even in the prodrome phase. So, feel free to talk. I can give you my cell phone. I can even post it in chat and get you on board. But to be honest, I don't think you are mentally ill because mentally ill people usually don't admit to it like me. So anyway, they usually say I'm just batshit crazy. That's classically what they say. You might have anxiety, but that's not really that's not mental illness. That's like antisocial personality disorder if you're an adult, or conduct disorder if you're a kid. That's not really mentally ill. That's like the abusiveness of mental health system where it justifies, justifies bad behavior and says, if you just take these pills, you can avoid a court hearing. So that's where mental illness does need to improve, unfortunately. I just had a leadership meeting on Monday and spoke with a member of the Governance Council yesterday. So I am actively involved in mental health civil rights in Rhode Island, my hometown, my home state. Does my hair look good? My hair looks great, doesn't it? Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good, guys. So feel free to drop a like. We're a little short on likes. Maybe it's the lighting. I think it's the lighting, guys. I think we need more lighting. We're a little short on likes. Usually we have about 8 likes by now. And we got 5 people. Prison is healthy. I'll just be dead honest. Prison is healthy for men. What is the point of the live? Thank you, Linguin, for your honest question. Prison is good, man. It's a good time to relax, chill, read some books, even play chess with kids online. I did that when I was in 8th grade. I played with a prison inmate in white-collar prison. Thank you. A good point, First Avenger. You know what? There's plenty of AI certifications. Feel free to respond to any of the ads. How have you thought about getting... Oh, Dive's getting personal, man. Well, I do have a real job. I have a couple real jobs. I'm in leadership for Health and Human Services on mental health civil rights. I just had a council meeting on Monday, which I chair. I get paid. I get paid for that council appointments. And then I also, I'm on 4 different councils, one of which is data council. And 2 are sub councils of those, and chair one. So. And then I have a consulting company, clients Brown, UMass, and Mass General, MGB. How can I make money? Follow me, man. I'll get you to the top. You can start AI healthcare in your system, and maybe I can hire you as one of my employees. I will give you 10% of the profits. Oh, that's a good question. Fallacy Finder. That's a very good question, dude. What are your thoughts on RFK? That's a good point because he is my boss, right? I do work in Health and Human Services, so we're at 2 board appointments, the last Wednesday of the month and the 3rd Tuesday, and so right, I'm just gonna take care of this. Thank you. Enjoy prison. Enjoy YouTube prison, boys. Enjoy YouTube prison, my friend. Anyway, so one of my any good comments, guys. So anyway, you can oop. Well, it's not, I don't ban people. I just time them out. So give them, let them sit in the corner and let them think about what they've done. So I usually just, time out for just general disrespect. I did time out someone for asking that question. I just kind of waited till they got a little bit more angry. But they did start off with that. So you're probably in college and finding this hilarious, freshman, sophomore in college. So maybe Ivy League, want to get in Harvard, get into Harvard, like me. Ding! Censorship is un-American. Well, First Avenger, it's more just annoyance. That's why AI moderators are worthless. That was a disappointing non-answer. It was okay to say you don't want to talk about your... Oh, okay. I'll answer the RK question. So, I actually did get involved in attending some RK events in Rhode Island. I had a friend that was involved. Dylan, Dillin, he's an Irish guy, was the one that helped, campaign for RFK, at least what he claims, according to his Facebook, for him in Rhode Island. And I did attend 2 of his events. One was at a house, and technically 3, actually. There's a little confusion over the second one, but get involved. He's my boss, and I can't talk too much about him. I can't talk in my Discord or in my Telegram. Feel free to join my Telegram. It's a more secure server, and I can talk about it then. Type in !socials, and that'll link to that. Otherwise, it is in the description. Telegram, it's a great community where we talk everything AI in healthcare, and it's secure server. I know everyone that watches it, and they're all good. Yeah, agree to it. Yeah. So if a robot kills somebody, bring up a lawyer. Law by Mike knows all. Let's go. Will, my guy. You want to be mod, Will? You want to be mod? We can make you mod. Make you mod. More like JD Vance, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, I do you keep it up, and all I do is mod. Add his moderator later. But anyway. So good times. How are y'all doing on this Tuesday morning? I get to chill with the most beautiful bartender you ever meets this afternoon. I do it every Tuesday. She is so hot. Topic today. Well, that's this topic here. I got it in my post in my newsletter for an AI Masters program that I no longer need to do for robotics. They said that one of their labs performed the first autonomous robotic surgery without human hands. Exciting stuff, eh? Exciting stuff. So, I now realize I can do a healthcare innovation masters just as fine from the source of it down south. So that's the #1 school for innovation. They're pioneering everything there, and Ruben Play is the dean of that program. I think the moonlighting's killing me, man. I think people don't like the moonlighting. The moonlight looks pretty good, right? Looks pretty good. We just normally right around now we have we have usually like 8 people, but I'll give more time. Give more time. We're getting there. We're a little short on likes, so if you guys want to drop likes, I will send you a penny. I will Venmo you a penny if you give me your information. If you post your Venmo in chat, I'll Venmo you a penny. And for every like, and no one responded. There was a little bit of a delay, so maybe if we get some likes and you post your Venmo, I will Venmo you a penny. Sounds like exciting stuff, eh? Yeah, my jaw's a little messed up. Problem is I slept on my face for years, so I kind of sleep like this, and so yeah, when I go down, I just kind of it's like, it doesn't, yeah, it's like TMJ. It is what it is. But 10 people and no one's posting, or unless YouTube is censoring it. First Avenger, you know what? I only time out rude people, and you're awesome, so you are the first Avenger, Captain America himself. That's right. Go Bucky Barnes. Bucky Barnes underrated. So keep up the good grind, man. You too will be a hero and can fight crime as an adult. It's a little unsafe as a kid. And I have fought crime on multiple levels. I reported the mafia on the highest level. I even talked about a live stream. And now the mafia has come to my small town outside of Boston, according to a mob boss that I met in a bar. I had a feeling it was mob, and then he just said he, quote, is well connected with the mafia, and then pointed to 2 of his colleagues who I already had bad feelings about to begin with, Kevin and Mark. So, but that's my favorite bar. That's where I hang out every Tuesday. So, it's fighting crime. It comes by just being a good citizen, being a citizen informant, and doing the right thing. So maybe all the mafia supporters will leave you right now. And I think we got a like. So if you want to post your Venmo in chat, and hopefully you don't get shadow banned, then I will gladly give you your 3 pennies. Exciting stuff. So I'm pumping up my boy, the first Avenger, Bill. He's a good dude, just living the dream, and wants to be a hero. Big fan of Captain America. That was the first Marvel movie that I ever really liked. So as an adult, just RFK. No. Neurocysticercosis is comes from eating pork. You have to travel. It's common in South America. It actually looks like it's like eggs, little cysts. It's the cysts that when the eggs sprout in the brain, that it looks like it looks like Swiss cheese on an MRI. So, oh, dime, Mr. Medical Students, Mr. Rage Monster. You know what? This is before the workday, man, and I'm a founder of a company, so you are not hired. So feel free to send your resume to another person, and good times. I'm glad you waited like 5 minutes of watching me helping out my algorithm to post that, or maybe you just got recommended to me while you were just swiping through because you've been here long enough. So, welcome to the live stream. We talk everything AI in healthcare. On my way to get a PhD in AI in healthcare. So, good times, guys. Already sent out my application. A meeting with the boss in person at Newport Beach, end of the month in January. So, room and play. Thank you very much. Good times, guys. Well, we got another 20 minutes, 22 minutes. So let me know if you have any questions. We're getting a lot of more troll comments these days. The first Avenger is on vacation leave. Look at how I can fight crime as an 8-year-old. Just play a lot of Nintendo, man. Figure out why they sent this guy with a mustache to jump on turtles and eat mushrooms and beat up Bowser. Poor Bowser is just trying to get married, and here we got, it's very Islamic, and we got Mario just ruining his day for him. So I don't know, man. Rip. Are you a robot? Are you showing? Yeah, so this is according to my master's newsletter, that it's autonomous. So, what's been used, thank you, 13 viewers in the chats. On the live stream, I do everything AI healthcare, Harvard, MIT, and board certified advanced AI healthcare. All your questions here. So, I've seen the Da Vinci robot. I've held the robotic hands, for the device for a Da Vinci robot. Those have been around for a long time, over a decade. So, and I've used them in cholecystectomies, but we're talking about autonomous, without human hands. So, if you're a surgeon or residency for surgery, you might be afraid you might lose your job, but realistically, it'd be like 20 years before that it's seen the OR. So, you'll be like 45, 48, you'll be fine. So, anyway, good times, tripping Olmsted. I like to put my name down. I've always put my name down for my usernames. producTIMity, Timothy, Timmy Time, get some accountability so people know who they're talking to. That's right. Thank you for the likes, guys. We got 2 likes since I asked for a like. If everyone drops a like now, we can get all the way up to 14 likes. Why is RFK opposed to universal health care? Well, you know what? I'm not political, but I can speak for my boss as someone who just had a council meeting for Health and Human Services yesterday morning at 9 a.m. So to get my feedback. So, as the council leader, Minjay, please retract your comments because I think you're talking about pirate's booty as in treasure, not anything else. So please retract your comment. We got 8-year-old kids in the chats. But in yeah, so universal healthcare as a concept, back when I was voting, I don't really vote in election seasons. I'll vote for Matt Gaetz if he decides to run for president. But everyone else, I don't vote for anymore. It's not worth my time. And but real talk, universal healthcare, that's a very, it's Obamacare, so it's in the Republican interest to denigrate everything Democrat. So that's how they get ahead. So that's why they want privatization. Now, he's my boss, so I have to say he's a good man. But it is what it is, man. Yeah, I don't know what a PDF is other than something on a computer. Maybe a PDA, patent ductus arteriosus. How about that? Thank you for the likes, guys. We got 2 more likes. For every more likes here, we could get 11 likes. That'd be exciting stuff. So, crushing it, guys. We got 19 more minutes. Let's see how my voice holds up. And then we'll resume 12 hours from now. Yeah. We do not care. Well, Logan Beetle, Uh, there's a delay, so I ultimately don't know what you're referring to. So, you have to clarify, what you're referring to. So, please post in chat what you're referring to. Um, Yeah, well, Matt Gates, I will say, at least a few years ago, the international age of consent for the U.S. is 16. So I think the accusations were 17. For real talk, he was the one that exposed government conspiracy about aliens. He did a meeting with Annalisa, the most beautiful U.S. representative, and a representative from Tennessee with 3 whistleblowers. This is well before the age of disclosure, and he pioneered that. So whether or not he had a bad past, I don't care. What matters is what he's doing right now, and this only came about when he was prosecuting even with his own party. He did not follow on party lines. He just fought. He fought to equalize the playing field on all levels. He just got retaliation, heavy duty, which I've had for fighting crime, so I can relate. I'm 25, Clash of my town, 107. I go to design theme parks. Yeah, I use, hopefully you've seen the new Demis Hassabis documentary, The Thinking Game, where it shows that his first job was, he was a failed video game designer before he ended up doing Google DeepMind before Google DeepMind. So interesting story. Right. Yeah, we're just gonna mute that. Thank you. Enjoy your timeout, good sir. Thank you very much. See you in 30 minutes. Right. Yes, you can design water parks. It's called classic. Right. Why is Trump severely lacking? Why is Trump severely lacking around? Yeah, Matt Lickey, I congratulations, your moderator. If you feel like you're not, if you don't need moderator status, I can always demote you, no problem. But you deserve it. So, yeah, it's a good question. While food stamps and we're on the mend on the chopping block, following in the government shutdown, Trump was building his over $100 million ballroom. It's like, hello, let's get priorities here. Let's think about everybody. Even though literally his base is, middle America. So, it's food stamps more support the cities. So I guess it is more of a, classically blue states. But real talk, we do need to address this equality. So, ICE has been doing good things, I will say. I do support them. People who, I talked to the live streamer in California who's the daughter of immigrants who follow the rules. And she says she was a supporter of ICE. And, you got to get it on the right, follow the rules and you get rewarded. So, that was one thing he is doing well. But yes, he's blowing up ships, floating into Florida. That's very tyrannical, to be that honest. Those it could very well be ships of illegal immigrants that he's just executing. So, we don't like doing that. We don't like doing that. But his child, his granddaughter Kai is very sweet. She's a good representative of the Trump name, so feel free to follow her on YouTube. She's very kind and a good Trump. Isn't he here? Yeah. Yeah, it's a good point, Cullen. How many of those? Well, I tried reading machine learning, but everybody left. Everybody left. We got down to 2 viewers. I said, let's read some machine learning, but everybody left. So we don't do reading anymore. Yeah, we don't do reading anymore. But now we're up to 10. It's pretty good. We're almost. I feel like the mood lighting is what's killing it. Around this time yesterday at this, I do a live stream Monday through Friday, with the exception of Christmas. At this hour, so we're gonna wrap up at the hour. But yeah, we're gonna wrap up at 9 a.m. We've been going since 8:02 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You know, trying to get people from my group chat and join the Tim conspiracy. I'm kidding. We're trying to raise awareness. Harvard certified, MIT and Robotics certified, advanced certified in ABAM, and so we're just trying to start this AI in healthcare army to beat and level the playing field for all users of healthcare. So anyway, and feel free to join my group chat. It's in my description. I heard something about him wanting to increase HSA accounts, which seems like a disaster. Most people can't afford HSAs. Well, you know, I should probably brush up on my government. You know, despite being an employee of Health and Human Services, you know, I'm just like an advisor, so I don't need to know everything. You know, here's a fun fact, you know, in technology. You know, I have this fingerprint reader on my laptop. It's right here. You can see it. This little button here. Yeah, the empty button there. And, you know, I got a plastic splinter in my thumb that I never took out. And now my fingerprint reader doesn't work anymore. My fingerprint reader doesn't work anymore. It doesn't recognize my thumb. It's that sensitive. So, yeah, I have to recalibrate it. Yeah, I don't know the acronym. Whatever. Yeah. So I should know what HSA stands for, so I apologize, but now I know I did look it up. So we're gonna beaver here. Yeah, it's awesome. It's so convenient. I don't have to type, you know, it's technology making lives easier. That's what we are here for. Harvard certified, MIT certified, and board certified advanced AI in healthcare. Everything AI in healthcare. So love it, guys. Let's revolutionize healthcare to make it for the people, by the people, for the people. So that's our goal, man. I'm here Monday through Friday at this hour. I wrap up in 5 minutes, and I do for an hour in the mornings, and then I'll be on later today, exactly 11 hours from now. And my jaw, I was like, I got a messed up jaw, you know. But it is what it is. You know, too much sleeping on my face that causes it. So, good times. Well, 11 people, that's pretty good. You know, we're doing well. We got 5 more minutes. We'll wrap up at exactly the hour. Thank you, Matt Licky. Appreciate it. You know, we're running. You know, one day we had 14 subscriptions. I don't know who subscribed, but you know, I am debating whether or not to bring back my study with me during the day. I don't do it on Tuesdays, but I usually do like an 8-hour nonstop study with me in between these, and then I'll work out. But I just kind of work on, you know, making shorts, you know, YouTube shorts, and promoting the channel to raise awareness for the group chat. So that's what we like to do. But it is what it is. So good times, guys. Yeah, my jaw is so messed up. That's how it just goes down to the bottom left. Yeah, you know, it doesn't go unevenly. Because I was supposed to get this fixed. You know, I had an orthodontist that literally, you know, said you just need a little acrylic in one of my molars, and it was fine. No click up here, easy mode. But it is what it is. You know, good times, guys. Yes, sir. Anyway, how are we all doing? We doing good? We got 4 more minutes, down to 4 people, and 30 likes. That's a good showing. Good showing for likes. I like that, 13 likes. Good overall. I hope to one day get up to 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours in the evening. That is my goal. Right now, we're just doing 1 hour in the morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 1 hour in the evening, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, I mean, you know, they do say, you know, it's called eustachian tube dysfunction, where, you know, your jaw misaligns and the eustachian tube kind of comes down all the way to your schnoz, you know. So, you know, if you apply pressure, even wearing earbuds can collapse it over time. Like, the way you fix it, just go like this. Yeah, it takes a lot longer. Yeah, so Yeah, that is something. But it is what it is, man. 6 people, it's just decent turnout. You know, I blame the lighting. I'll just be honest, I blame the lighting. I don't think the mood lighting works. I think people prefer full lighting is what it is. So mood lighting is not cutting it, guys. We do better when we got full lighting. So that's what we'll do from now on. It can also be the question here. Usually when I keep it basic, just clearly indicate that it's AI healthcare. But I will call it a success. You know, we're just a little bit worse than our average, just about the average. I usually average between 5 and 10, and right now we're about 6. So, and 13 likes. That's not bad. So I think we're doing okay. Chat's usually a little bit more active right around now, but mood lighting is not the way to go. We're just trying to raise awareness for my group chat. Thank you very much. So anyway, what are your thoughts on Kimi K2? It's a Chinese company, and the chair of the American Board of AI Medicine is a major fan of it. To be fair, he is Asian, you know, so it is people. I mean, he's from California. He has an American accent, but like, you know, that's like me supporting Irish businesses. You know, it's like, where's my allegiance lie? I'm an American citizen. It should be for American companies like OpenAI, Google Gemini, you know, Minstrel. So, good times, guys. Good times indeed. CEO replacement AI. Yeah, I mean, Brian, that's it. You know, I don't think that day will ever come. I'll just be dead honest. I don't think that day will ever come. I think AI doesn't need supervision, so they'll just be the workers. The whole point of having a human supervisor is to ensure that we do not have a uprising. We do not have a HAL 2001: A Space Odyssey. Hello, Mukbang. Welcome back, dude. Good to see you again. You are a welcome visitor of our channel. Glad to see you catching on the last 5 minutes of the live stream today. So good times, guys. Yeah, I tried doing the mood lighting. You know, it's funny. I always get a surge of people right before I'm about to leave. I think the longer you know, the more likes you have, the more likes per minute you have, the more likely you're gonna get more people. So, you know, we're doing well. But yeah, we're just talking about AI healthcare. I mean, realistically, like, you know, all these AI healthcare companies trained off internet data just because, unless they're like in a Stanford program, but those don't want to replace radiologists. They want to enhance radiologists, but they don't want to replace them. But you know, they trained off Stanford data, and but most of these obscure companies that are looking to replace doctors, those train off internet data, and yet they still perform better than radiologists. So that means pretty much that hopefully when OpenAI has the medical model MedJamma comes out, that they will replace doctors. So my concern with AI healthcare is that I foresee. Yeah, I mean, you know, there's, yeah, I mean, you know, I'm not a finance guy. Bring it up with Michael Whitman. He's my financial advisor. Feel free to just follow him. He has over 100,000 on YouTube. He's a great guy, and live streams Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I don't know how I feel about it. Yeah. But if a program thank you for responding to the question. Thank you, good sir. One of 3 people who responded to this. So thank you for being on topic, BI. Bryant, but if a program can prove to be far superior manager than a board of yeah, I mean, well, I'll speed down. Programs don't need supervision. They don't. They just do their job. They don't need supervision. So, I mean, there can be checks. There can be like, you know, like analyzers, like diagnosticians to perform an additional check. But that's more of like, those are more like under the workers themselves. So it's not really, you don't need a supervisor. You know, AI has no problem doing work. They have no problem doing work. Anyway, we've been going exactly an hour. We started at 8:02 a.m. And we got 15 likes. Thank you for the likes, guys. I now know not to do the mood lighting, so we will not do the mood lighting anymore. Thank you. Going to sleep. Merry Christmas to all, guys. I'll be on tomorrow and later today, exactly 11 hours from now. So hopefully I'll catch you on the evening stream after your work day and before you go to bed. And for all my California people, I go to bed early because I'm doing live streams. Otherwise, I would go give you guys an hour to get back from work. But maybe you can catch the second half of my live when your 20-minute commute brings you home. Or maybe even turn me put me on the drive home. That's always good as well. So, put me on. I've watched live streams or listened to live streams on rides home as well. From the border to the sea. It is way too political, Tyson. Sorry, boss. Way too political, boss. Can't be handle that. Offend too many people. Thank you, Matt Licky, Malt Licky. Welcome to the live stream. And maybe if you're born in year 50, that makes you as old as my parents. So you're like a father to me. And thank you. Merry Christmas to all, and to all good nights. So take care. See you in 11 hours. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. See you in 11 hours, guys. Peace out.